Today I'm going to read from, let's see what's going on here. I'm going to read from Matthew chapter 28, verses 8 through 15. Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went away quickly from the tomb, fearful, yet overjoyed, and ran to announce the news to his disciples. And behold, Jesus met them on their way and greeted them. They approached, embraced his feet, and did him homage. Then Jesus said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go tell my brothers to go to Galilee, and there they will see me." While they were going, some of the guard went into the city and told the chief priests what had happened. The chief priests assembled with the elders and took counsel, and they gave a large sum of money to the soldiers, telling them, "You are to say his disciples came by night and stole him while you were asleep. And if this gets to the ears of the governor, we will satisfy him and keep you out of trouble." Soldiers took the money and did as they were instructed. And this story circulated among the Jews to this present day. The thing that jumps out at me here is that they went away quickly from the tomb, and they were fearful yet overjoyed. I suppose they would be overjoyed because what they were told came true, yet fearful as to the consequences. Yeah, what's this all going to mean? And what's the first thing Jesus tells them? He said, "Do not be afraid." I was lucky enough to help a church with some services, doing some live streaming, and there was talk of all through the Easter holidays, Good Friday, Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Holy Saturday, Easter Sunday. There was talk of the COVID-19, right? Everybody who was in attendance helping with the live stream, and there wasn't very many of us. I think there was most nights there was 5 of us, and then on Easter morning we had 3 extra people to help with some singing and some organ playing. That was nice. And we were all trying to be very mindful of keeping 6 feet apart, and the singers had to face certain ways so their spittle wouldn't infect, and all this and that. And we had all this fear, and I was just, one of the gals that was there was like, if one of us is gonna get sick, it's going to be God's will. I mean, we should go through life and we should be as careful as we can be, and we should follow his precepts, and we should follow, and I think that's a large part why God, why we've been told to follow the law of the land. But, as long as we're doing all that, we're trying to be good. If something bad happens, it's for a greater good. We shouldn't have fear. Fear is the enemy. Fear keeps us away from God. Fear keeps us away from each other. Satan, he wants to separate us from God. He wants us to separate us from each other because we're easier to conquer and whatnot when we're on our own. That's why one of the big things that Jesus came to, besides the salvation of souls, was to establish the church so that we would have him and we would have one another. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't go to church. And if you're one of those people that don't go to church, you just try to be real spiritual on your own. I ain't going to tell you what to do. I ain't judging. It's none of my business. But I will tell you that from trying it both ways, trying to do it on my own and trying to do it inside the confines of a traditional church, I recommend the church. In church, it's messy. There's a lot of people there with a lot of different ideas, a lot of different points of view. And there can be disagreements, whatnot. But beyond all that, if you look at the higher purpose, you should always come back together because you're trying to serve each other and serve God. I don't know. That's all I got to say about that.